A rollable phone. This looks like a TV remote. This looks like you can swap out more than just the battery. This one can stop me from getting sick. This is pure sci-fi. This is incredibly cool. I want one. Today, we'll be taking a look at some incredible smartphone concepts that generated a lot of hype, but never went into production. The Lenovo C Plus is a concept device that was unveiled at the Lenovo Tech World event in June 2016. It is a flexible smartphone that can be worn as a bracelet, and it can also be used as a regular smartphone. The device has a flexible OLED display that can be bent to fit around your wrist like a bracelet. One of the most interesting features of the Lenovo C Plus is its flexible design. The device is made of a combination of metal and polymers, which allows it to bend and flex without breaking. Another unique feature of the Lenovo C Plus is its ability to function as a smartwatch. When worn on the wrist, the device can display notifications and allow users to control their music or make phone calls. However, it's important to note that the Lenovo C Plus is still a concept device, and it's unclear if or when it will be released to the public. The device was first announced in 2016, but there have been no updates on its development since then. While the device has impressive features, it's unclear if it will ever be released to the public. Next up, we have the Project Gem, a tall, ultra-skinny smartphone with an aspect ratio approaching that of a TV remote. It looks like what would happen if you took a normal smartphone and cut it in half vertically. The front has an even bezel all the way around the phone with a hole punch camera in the top left corner. The back has a sizable camera bump for the single lens camera and a divot for your finger, which could be a button or a fingerprint reader, or both. The color scheme definitely lives up to the Gem name, with 4 versions each showing a different shiny, color-shifting finish. The home screen shows a clock widget, a music widget, and apps icons that live in a 2x2 grid of tiles. The home screen design shows apps as square widgets with some info and functionality. It's different, but it also looks pretty scroll-heavy, since only 4 widgets are necessary to fill up the screen. The company, Essential, shut down in 2020, so you'll never be able to buy a Project Gem device. But let's take a look at what it was supposed to be like. Productivity apps, Google Maps, and social media makes it clear that despite having little horizontal screen space, the phone could run typical Android apps and supported quick text input via a custom keyboard with swipe navigation. You could touch a designated finger to the phone to start a voice command and send a message or perform other actions. For example, you could ask about upcoming calendar appointments, control music playback, or even tell the phone to send the last photo you captured with its camera to a contact in WhatsApp or another app. Now that Essential is out of business, it's unlikely that the Project Gem will ever see the light of day. It seems like Essential was trying to make something different just for the sake of making something different. Project Aura was an ambitious attempt to create a fully modular smartphone where users could swap out individual components, such as the camera or battery, to customize their phone to their specific need. The idea behind Project Aura was to create a phone that would be more sustainable and environmentally friendly, as well as more affordable for consumers. The hope was that by allowing users to replace individual components, rather than having to buy a whole new phone every time they wanted an upgrade, they could reduce electronic waste and save money in the long run. So, what happened to Project Aura? Well, unfortunately, it never made it to market. One of the main issues with Project Aura was its complexity. Creating a fully modular phone is a complex and difficult task, and it requires a level of precision and engineering expertise that is difficult to achieve. Despite Google's best efforts, they were never able to create a working prototype that was both reliable and easy to use. Another issue was its cost. While the idea behind the phone was to create a more affordable device for consumers, According to some reports, the cost of producing a single Project Era phone could have been as high as $1,000. This would have made the phone prohibitively expensive for most consumers, even if it did have the potential to save money in the long run. Additionally, there were issues with compatibility between different modules. One of the promises of Project Era was that users could mix and match different components to create their ideal phone. However, this proved to be a difficult task, as different components often had different specifications and requirements that made them incompatible with each other. This meant that users would need to be very careful when choosing modules and that the potential for issues and incompatibilities was high. Another issue with Project Era was that it was simply too late to the game. By the time Google was ready to launch Project Era, the smartphone market had already matured and consolidated around a handful of dominant players, namely Apple and Samsung. It was difficult for Project Era to gain traction in such a crowded market, especially given its high cost and complexity. The Project Morph concept phone was showcased at the Mobile World Congress in 2006, where it received a lot of attention. The device was designed to be a convergence device that could combine the functionality of a phone, a camera, a music player, and a gaming device into one flexible device. Furthermore, it could act as a personal health companion, assess the nutritional value of your food, and was hydrophobic and oleophobic. The device featured a flexible OLED display that could be used in portrait or landscape mode, depending on the user's needs. The device also had a flexible body that could be adjusted to different shapes and sizes, depending on the user's preferences. The body of the device was made of a flexible material that could bend and twist, allowing the user to transform it into different shapes and sizes. The Project Morph concept was a very ambitious and innovative idea, and it paved the way for the development of flexible display and device technologies that are now used in many modern devices. For example, Samsung's Galaxy Fold and Huawei's Mate X feature foldable displays that can be opened up to create a larger display area. Similarly, LG's Wing smartphone features a rotating display that can be used in different orientations. The technology to create flexible displays and devices has come a long way since the introduction of the Project Morph concept, and it is now possible to create devices that can be bent, twisted, and folded without damaging the display or other components. The development of flexible display and device technologies has also led to the creation of new product categories, such as foldable smartphones, wearable devices, and flexible tablets. In conclusion, Nokia's Project Morph smartphone concept was a visionary idea that aimed to push the boundaries of what a smartphone could be. While it never became a reality, it paved the way for the development of flexible display and device technologies that are now used in many modern devices. The development of these technologies has also opened up new possibilities for product categories and user experiences, and it will be interesting to see where these technologies will take us. Samsung has been rumored to be working on a transparent smartphone for several years. The idea behind the device is that it would have a completely transparent display that would allow users to see through the phone while still being able to use it as a regular smartphone. The device would be made using advanced display technologies such as OLED and QLED displays that can produce vibrant colors and high levels of brightness. The concept of a transparent smartphone is undoubtedly fascinating, and it has generated a lot of excitement in the tech community. The ability to see through the phone while still being able to use it as a regular smartphone would open up many possibilities for new user experiences, such as augmented reality application. However, there are several reasons why a transparent smartphone from Samsung could fail to gain traction in the market. The first reason is the issue of privacy. While the ability to see through the phone may seem cool, it could also raise concerns about privacy. Users may not feel comfortable using a device that allows others to see what they are doing on their phones. Another potential issue is durability. Transparent displays may be more fragile than regular displays and could be more prone to cracking and breaking. This would be a significant problem for a device that is meant to be used as a regular smartphone. The cost of producing a transparent smartphone could also be a significant issue, and a transparent smartphone would require even more advanced manufacturing processes. The high cost of producing the device could make it unaffordable for most consumers. The design of the device could also be a problem. A transparent smartphone would be unlike any other device on the market, and it may not appeal to everyone. Some consumers may not like the futuristic look of the device or may find it too gimmicky. Furthermore, the electronic components like the CPU, GPU, memory, camera, sensors, etc. all need to be placed someplace other than the transparent screen. Existing manufacturing techniques would need to adapt. Lastly, there could be issues with the user interface. A transparent display would be a significant departure from the current smartphone interface, and it may take time for users to adjust to the new paradigm. The user interface would need to be redesigned to take advantage of the transparent display, which could be a significant challenge for developers. In conclusion, a transparent smartphone from Samsung is an exciting concept that has the potential to change the way we interact with our devices. However, there are several potential issues that could make the device fail to gain traction in the market. These include issues with privacy, durability, cost, design, and user interface. While it remains to be seen if Samsung will release a transparent smartphone, it is clear that it would be a significant challenge to create a device that is both practical and appealing to consumers. This patent shows a smartphone with a sliding top part that hosts a miniature drone with a camera embedded. The drone actually features at least two cameras, one at the front and one on the top. There's also an optional third and fourth camera. This is the Vivo drone phone based on a patent that Vivo filed in 2020. The drone can be controlled by the smartphone via Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. The user can launch the drone from the phone by sliding the top part of the phone. The drone can then fly up to a certain height and distance from the phone and take photos or videos from different angles. The user can also adjust the orientation and position of the drone by using gestures or voice commands. The drone can also automatically return to the phone and dock inside it when the battery is low or when the user wants to end the session. The main appeal of the Vivo drone phone is not the drone, but the sheer ridiculousness of it. It's like those hybrid animals you see in science fiction movies, except it's a phone and a drone. If it was real, it would be a guaranteed conversation starter. It would be a lot like being a celebrity, except instead of talent or good looks, you would have a drone phone. The Vivo drone phone concept offers some potential benefits for smartphone photography enthusiasts. For example, it can enable users to take selfies or group photos without holding the phone or using a selfie stick. It can also allow users to capture scenes from different perspectives and heights that are not possible with a normal smartphone camera. Moreover, it can provide users with more creative options and fun experiences when taking photos or videos. The Vivo drone phone concept also faces some challenges and limitations that may prevent it from becoming a reality. For instance, it may be difficult to fit a mini drone inside a smartphone without compromising the size, weight, and design of the phone. It may also be hard to ensure the safety and durability of the drone, especially when it flies in different environments and weather conditions. Having the drone exit the phone is one thing. Successfully returning it back inside is another thing altogether. A not insignificant challenge to be sure. Also, the drone battery would be relatively small in size and would need to be constantly charged. Furthermore, it may be subject to legal and ethical issues regarding privacy, security, and regulation of drone use in different countries and regions. But let's be real, you wouldn't be buying the Vivo drone phone for practical reasons. You'd be buying it because it's cool as hell. It would be like having your own personal flying robot that also happens to be a phone. Who wouldn't want that? It's the ultimate flex, and you would be the envy of all your friends if it ever came to that. What do you think about these concept smartphones? Which ones did you like best and why? Which aspects of these are realistically mass-producible? Leave your opinions in the comments section below. Please share, like, and subscribe for more videos.